Just loading. Okay. Right. Okay. So what are you thinking, David? Is there anything beyond the 569?
Um,
I'm a simple soul. That's what I'd pick.
no, I think that's the first choice here. Pretty clear. If I look at this board, I think there are not too many good ore spots.
Yeah.
So taking one with first pick is the norm, I would say. And there's really only one good one, right? And that's the 569. Yeah. Going
Yeah.
pretty quick here.
Okay. Yeah. We'll have to get faster. I was wondered if anyone would lock out the ore yet with the 3611.
Yeah, it's a bit low on the production.
Yeah.
But I think third pick might consider it because the other 8-5-10 doesn't look that amazing. I think wheat is not a real problem on this board.
Yeah. You don't want to have too much of it either,
Yeah.
I guess.
The 8 wood looks tempting to me. It's the only good wood spot here, but it should be left if it comes back to you on third pick. And I guess you have to decide here if you go wood brick or if you go the ore here. And I think I would rather take the ore, maybe.
Yeah. So
Sheep
so
is also a
four.
bit of an issue, maybe,
Yeah.
for
So
third
maybe.
and fourth.
Yeah. Maybe Kozo gets the 4911 and 348.
9-11.
Oh, okay. Panda is going for the 348. So you think 3611?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But what to pair it with? I mean, 5-8-10 is still open. That's pretty good production.
Yeah.
I always like it when you're on the 6 and the 8.
Or you could go for the free road, I guess, with the 269.
Yeah, what I don't like about the 269 is the wheat port will not be very strong for you, probably. And if you
No,
want the 3 to
but
1,
you could point left and hope to get on a bit of sheep later on. You're only getting 11. You're only on a two spot sheep point, which isn't that good.
yeah. I mean, it's a bit hard to tell where Panda will go for his second settlement.
I suppose you could go 4911, which would be possibly what Panda would be blocking Panda's choice to go with 3611. Do without brick.
Yeah.
Because you've got the the ore port is probably your best bet for
I mean, the 5
a
8 10 is a
port.
bit of a concern. If you don't
Okay.
take that, Panda might also not take it, and you can't leave it for the others, I think. So that kind of makes sense for me to take the ore and the highest production spot.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get a fast couple of cities.
Yeah, if you can get it to a port reasonably quickly, you should have a good game.
Hmm
Yeah, Panda will have an interesting choice here now. Hmm. Do you think she goes for another brick, or
Well, what's
otherwise I think
green?
4911 is maybe.
I mean, 4911 looks good. Is because Lion will probably then take 269.
Yeah, which is good for Honie. He will get another massive spot. He doesn't really care, I think, about which resources he gets.
So yeah, he could do what 31011, or he would you
348
go?
with the brick,
Would you go?
58
You go for
brick.
348 with the brick and go for the production rather than the boost, rather than boosting your wheat and ore.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's got the sheep port, hasn't he? So yes, 348 would be good for him.
so Panda goes for all the resources. Um,
Yeah,
could be a good road game and a lot of flexibility. But it's
yeah.
not the greatest production, I have to say.
I'm a little. If we're right about our predictions, I'm a little surprised she's pointing left.
Yep.
If the 269 and 348 goes, then she's got a good. She would want to be heading for the 31011. I would guess.
Yeah, I don't see anybody taking the 31011, but we'll see. Maybe Lion will go for it now. 2910 pointing to the 31011 is a possibility.
Yeah, well, he's got enough wood, hasn't he? Even if he goes for the 269 to.
Yeah, I guess he wants port.
Is then a free road, and he could build. He can beat Panda there.
You mean building 2 roads to the...
To the 31011 from the 269.
Yeah. The more I think about it, I think he will go for a port here. Probably the wheat port, since his first settlement is not pointing towards a port.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise actually, that pointing, isn't it? Because
Yeah, I thought so too.
if you look ahead, going to be on 2 brick spots, you want that brick port.
Maybe he was worried about not getting a wheat spot, but that seems a bit... I mean, if somebody makes a play for the wheat port, maybe. But there's a lot of wheat out there, so I would have probably also pointed my road towards the ports with the first settlement.
Yeah. And maybe he just wasn't expecting the 629 to be open.
Yeah. So another good spot for Honie, I think. Um, Here's the sheep port right there.
Yeah.
Sheep will be good for trading, at least with Kozo, I think. And also with Kozo he can trade wood for brick.
Ooh. I think Lion didn't play the bot placed for him.
Oh yeah, he's still disconnected, it seems.
Yeah, well, he's just reconnected now.
Yeah.
Probably lucky that the road got pointed north instead of the desert.
Yeah. Would be maybe interesting to hear if he's happy with that placement.
Yeah, let's hear what they're saying.
Also not bad.
Yeah.
I would have pegged Lion at going to the 8-3-4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And you're
but then
gonna get on the 9 wheat anyways, which is why I would, and you would probably beat red to the sheep port. So which is kind of why it sucks when the bot gets involved.
Yeah. I was actually thinking exactly what you're saying right now,
Yeah.
and I was thinking about it, and then but like it's okay.
It
It's
changes the
like,
whole game. That's the only thing. But I mean, yeah, like if you guys
it's
don't
fine.
want
It's
to
fine. I don't.
restart.
I don't. I don't want to restart. It's let's just
Okay.
go. I mean, I don't
okay
think.
then.
All right, well,
Let's
good luck
go.
and have fun, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So I didn't get the whole discussion.
So they were talking about. I think Lion was maybe thinking of taking the 8-3-4 and beating Honie to the sheep port.
Yeah, I think the other players would have liked that because Honie's position is pretty strong. It looks like here. But I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's a good
I-
play for Lion himself.
I don't know. I mean, if you swap the red and blue second picks, I would have thought red, even only having a 2 wood, I would have thought he's getting to the sheep port first.
Yes. They would have needed to make an agreement or something.
Yeah.
And
Maybe that's what he's still going for.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's not the end of the world for Honie. He has the other port. 3-for-1 is as good. I mean, he has to do something with his brick as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if it's already that dire that they need to cut him off at the first intersection of the game. But from what I heard from Panda, she's already very worried about his first placements and how strong of spots he got there.
Yeah. Well, everyone will always talk up the player with the first pick, especially when they've got a 5-6-9 like that. That's practically the best spot on any board. Especially when the rest of the ore is so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's part table talk and part real concern. I would definitely be concerned about that spot. but it can also be a curse because the robber will probably live
Yeah.
around this area most of the
Yeah.
time.
The robber is for sure going to live on the 6 or.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that as well. That seems the first spot to go to. But it is also defended by the two over cheap players, I would say.
Yeah, well, Panda's making a move for the 3, 10, 11.
Yeah, already got 2 roads. There was a big deal going on there, kinda. Honie took a wood from her and gave a brick and a sheep. Oh no, he gave 2 bricks for wood, which is pretty good at this early stage of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, and Panda will have a good game as well, I think. She's a bit dependent on the 3 roll, but we already had 1. But if he settles quickly, I don't see anybody taking road from her. And if it's settled that early, you probably don't have to invest too much to hold the road and can concentrate very early on getting cities and the other important stuff.
Yeah, looks good.
I thought Honie would have a great trading partner in Kozo. But Panda got the first deal in, and it was a 2-for-1 on her turn.
Yeah, it was very nice for her. So.
What do you think about Lion going to the 9-10 first? Would that be a priority for you as well?
Well, as we said, I think his setup's strange, but we know the bot had something to do with it. But I didn't see whether the bot was responsible for the first trade placement.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, now that
disconnected somewhere in the middle.
He's kind of committed to it.
Oh,
he's going for it. Oh, and he's got it. Wow. Okay.
That is pretty harsh, especially since Honie committed the road already. So he was not expecting it. But I'm not sure what that does for Kozo. There's probably another deal behind that, because he got 2 wheat, 2 wood and a sheep. That's not a good deal for Kozo. So I would expect he will get something in the future out of that. It seems like it helped him build a city. The roads go by pretty fast. So maybe he was that short on wheat, which seems a bit surprising. But I guess 5 and 10 has not rolled so far.
Yes, he must have been unlucky with the rolls. So city
So
for
this deal makes more sense now. Yeah, and I guess that's the curse of the 5-6-9.
Yeah. It's one of those things, isn't it? You've got to take it. Because you can never really afford to let second player get that spot.
Yeah, and maybe it was a bit weird how it worked out. That Kozo really needed that wheat and they had that perfect trade, kinda.
Yeah, Honie certainly seems to have lost out on all of that.
If he hadn't committed that road, I thought it wouldn't be that bad. But he gave a 2 for 1 to get the wood, and then he wasted it for this. So that's a pretty bad start.
Yeah. So looks like
I also-
Kozo's going to get his fast cities.
Yeah, that city is definitely massive. Because how low the ore is on this board.
Lion's problem possibly now is that he's going to look really scary. But he's not easily blockable.
You think Lion is in a very good spot here?
Well, he's got his sheep port, which isn't great, but now he can build, which was more defensive, but now he can road settle to the brick port, and then build to the wheat port. And he's got a 3-port setup, which is incredibly strong.
Yes, I agree.
And he doesn't have. Yeah, he's got 2 wheat. He's only got 1 sheep, I guess, is the spot you could choose to block him on to slow him down.
Yeah, I think initially it's not that great because the sheep port probably will not do very much for him, at least.
Yeah,
At the
that's
beginning
more a
here.
defensive move to.
Yeah.
And
But
it
the
means
nice thing, as you said, is he opens up the brick port.
Yeah.
Because the 910 would actually be a better settlement placement for him in the beginning to double up on his wood because he has so much brick.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can get the help to get there, why not? So we had another 3.
Right. Yeah,
maybe
the ore's blocked. That's an interesting choice of spot.
It was already on the 8 wood, which is also a good spot to block, I think. And I think Honie used an aggressive knight there. Stole from Kozo. And then got a trade from Kozo. But he again gave 2 for 1. So I think I would have taken the deal as well. Maybe he was looking for a city here.
It's building up a city already. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, huge city. That alone can take you far in the game, that city spot here. And getting that so early, I think, makes up for his bad early game there.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how Panda's situation is with the city. She invested in a dev card, but we had 2 3s already. Maybe even more. No, I think it was 2. No, 3 times already, the 3. So she must be close to city as well. So you think Lion will go for the brick pot next?
Ah. Yeah, well, I think it's. I would. I think brick port, then wheat port.
I think I would go for it too. I like doubling out on the wood here, as I said before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Anyone would think we know what we're talking about.
So I'm pretty sure Panda has 2 ore and 2 wheat in hand. So doesn't look like she has a knight, or maybe she wants to wait and see if can get an ore with a little bit of extortion. But it doesn't look like it. But it will be interesting to see what this death cut is. Because the VP can already be massive for her.
Yeah, it's the one thing about spectator mode, we don't see all that.
Passing at 7 cards is already probably not the nicest thing for her. But
Yeah.
she also wasn't even looking for a trade. Maybe they discussed it. Maybe the other players are a bit concerned of her getting a city as well.
Mm.
So Kozo's next objective will be getting the 3-for-1 port. And if he's a bit slow about it, he might get a problem with Lion.
Yeah.
Because once Lion settles the brick port, his next settlement will come that much faster. And denying Kozo the port would be pretty great, I have to say. That would hurt him a lot.
Yeah, if you can reach the 2-5, I guess. Oh, an 11 rolls, that's handy for
Yeah, Kozo needs that
Kozo.
7.
Guess that gives him a couple of dev cards, which is always nice to have.
I'm a bit concerned about him sitting up twice here.
Yeah.
But I guess his hand was just like that. But he probably won't get any easy trades now for the brick he needs. So getting to the port will be troublesome, I think.
Yeah, although Honie really need, if a few 8s roll, where's
Yeah.
Honie getting his wood from?
Other players might interject. Just so Kozo don't get the trade, maybe.
Yeah,
I
well,
could see that happening.
depends whether they're more afraid of Kozo or Panda.
Yeah. Right now, I think it's definitely the attention on Kozo. Especially with the 11 now rolling. That really unsticks his hand every time the 11 rolls. And he now has so massive production, so he can maybe afford a 4-for-1 or 2
Wow.
as well.
Lion's given up another 2-for-1 trade. Get that?
Yeah, settling on your turn is often expensive.
See if they. Oh, well, she's going for the settle.
Yeah, probably not enough wheat to 4 for 1 for the city.
Yeah, still just the two or. I guess she'll be hoping that Kozo pulls a knight on this turn.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think the city might have been a tiny bit better. She really wants to double up on the brick, I think. Ooh, a road building.
Mm.
Not the greatest, I would say. But it helps. Her road production is not that great yet.
Okay.
So Kozo is start popping now. He got the perfect rolls. He got a wheat roll. He got 2 wheat rolls, a sheep roll, and a ore roll.
Yeah.
And now he has the death cards, probably a knight. Can I hunt for a sheep next turn? Or for a brick if he rolls the wood. And make his hand unstuck the next turn as well. So Honie looks like he's looking for another city. Otherwise, I don't know why he would look for another ore here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Would you go for a city here, or would you rather buy death cards?
As Honie.
Yeah.
I think I would be going for dev cards at this point. And if I could get a couple of wood from somewhere to make my 3-1 port, I'd be doing that as well.
Yeah, I think the port should be first priority, and if that's not happening, I would go for dev cards. Because
What
the
did you?
robber.
Sorry, though. What did you think of Panda's choice of settle? It is the biggest production, but I thought maybe the 3-10-11 was a better shot.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard choice, I think. I don't think she needs the port that desperately. I think she will get trades since she looks like she's behind a bit in the city department.
Hmm.
So, and her production is, as I said, not that amazing. So I don't know if she can use the port anyway. And also, I think
Yeah.
there's an argument to be made about the 4 brick for going to that port first to double up on the brick, since she has a bit more wood than brick.
Yeah, I was just thinking the 3-10-11, because you know that robber is not going to stay on the 3 for long. It's it's good opportunity to get more city materials.
I think it's not the greatest spot, but I think I would have taken it.
Yeah. I just like
because
getting
it doubles up the important ore, as you said, and
yeah,
gets
and
another
it gives
wheat.
you another weak number.
Although I don't see the robber being on the 9 wheat in the future.
No.
Yeah, I didn't like
you-
Honie's
you-
move
you-
here, sitting up again. He knows the robber is coming for him, and I would have bought a death card or try to get a wood somewhere to get the port. But I guess he feels some pressure since Kozo did it up twice as well. And if you fall
Yeah.
behind in production, it can go very fast.
Yeah. Oh, she's built there now.
So I haven't been tracking very well, it seems. Pandas has gotten rid of most of her ore. Yeah, she traded one to Honie
Hmm.
to settle once again, and she should have one more left in her hand. So with another 3, she will be looking good.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think she's still a bit behind. Because this can get out of control here now quickly. With so many cities on the board. So there we see that wood for brick trade between Kozo and Honie. That
Yeah.
is natural, kinda, when the 8 rolls.
Yeah. That's and now they both got cities on there. It's an even trade. And Honie goes on immediately after Kozo, so there's no risk of being robbed or sevening out. But he's on 8 cards. I did a 1-for-1. I thought Honie might hold out for 2 cards.
I thought so too, especially since he gets blocked here. Maybe there was some kind of extortion. And we see Kozo going for the warport. So I think he's scared that if he goes 5-2, he will get cut off there.
Still, the ore port is quite strong too.
He has strong ore, but he could use a 3-for-1 as well, because he will have too much wheat, I think, and that wood will also sit in his hand. And I'm curious if we will see another one of these wood for brick trades, because I think right now they're a bit better for Kozo.
Okay.
And Lion gets the 5th settlement down. He has now all the ports,
Yeah.
but he's falling behind a bit in production. And that city will not be easy. So Panda got almost nothing.
Yeah.
Between her
Nothing for the
turns.
whole round. That's not nice.
Yeah, 6s and 5s are really bad for her.
Yeah.
They are pretty massive for both Honie and Kozo. So I don't think there's much she can do here. Kozo, on the other hand, has 12 cards. So I think he will be settling if he doesn't 7 out.
Yeah.
And I will be interested to see if he gets another trade on his turn, or if the others are already too scared about his position. A 3.
She did just pass. Okay.
A 3 is good for Panda.
Yeah.
But the problem is she has almost no rolls left, which are better for her than the other players. 3 is also good for Kozo. 8 is good for Kozo. The 4 is the only number which is really good for Panda and nobody else too much. I think Koza might have to 4-for-1 his ore here if he wants to settle. Unless he throws a really big trade out there. Maybe we should check it out in the voice chat.
Yeah.
Because you'll just have very easy cities later on.
It's true.
So, I'm offering an ore into wheat because a wheat is practically half a brick for you, right?
Okay, fine. You win. I'll do it.
I don't know why we're even doing this single trade with him. Because he's stuck with his hand. Make him 4-for-1.
It's okay. Oh, I just
And look, he still
he's
has
gonna buy a
nine
bunch of
cards.
depth cards.
Oh,
Yeah, there
come on.
he goes.
I know, but why would you do that trade? It just
I'm
doesn't.
just praying that if I get the right.
Okay, will someone trade me a wood?
Yes.
I can. Don't do it with Kozo. I'll do it, Honie, if Kozo
I
says yes.
Fine, then I say no. Then I say no.
What are you looking?
Okay. So
Yeah, so as
he
he
could
did,
trade for his brick.
he got a trade in, but
Yeah.
we heard a lot of concern from Panda about the trade, and
Yeah.
I can understand it because he got a settlement and 2 dev cards.
Yeah, it's a big turn.
So he used 10 of his cards.
So I guess that's probably helps Lion get his first city, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Did a wheat and an ore.
maybe he could have even asked for more, but I guess Kozu knew pretty well what he was missing. I think it's also not that hard to detect, and
Mhm.
made an offer he couldn't refuse.
Still, a 7 would be a shame for him at this point.
Yeah, that's the issue with helping someone on his turn. You risk a bit for yourself to get through to your turn. So Honie,
Maybe he's
I'll-
feeling a bit desperate with all these cities going up. Well, he survived it.
yeah, he's definitely desperate. He needs that city ASAP.
Yeah.
I heard some talk about the Panda giving the wood to Honie, but it didn't happen, it seems. He had to do a 4-for-1. Although I think Kozo would have given him a 1-for-1. And he seemed to be that afraid of Kozo that he didn't do that trade.
Yeah. That's understandable.
It's strange that he went for the 4-for-1 though. And didn't get a trade with Panda. So I think they
Yeah.
need to take the 5-2 away now from Kozo. It might not matter, but I think they have to restrict settlement spots for him now.
Yes, he's leapt ahead in the dev card race, hasn't he? This block on the 9 wheat has really hurt Honie.
Yeah, and it comes a bit back to Honie's second city. Sitting up a second time instead of buying dev cards. So
Yeah.
there's no way to get rid of that robber which was heading his way. Yeah, but also a bit unlucky because we haven't seen any 7s for a while, I think.
Yeah.
So Kozo goes unchecked.
Oh,
And
so after all that, Lion just bought a dev card.
yeah,
Wow.
who
I
does
don't
he
think
steal
that, I don't
from
that,
here?
really don't think that trade was worth it for him in that case.
Yeah, and he gets stolen from, setting him further behind on the city. If he got unlucky.
Hmm.
But the 9 wheat block now is pretty great because Panda is also out of wheat. She has 3 ore in hand. And obviously Lion also needs to wheat to build that city. But Honie feeling the need to play an offensive knight here. To not let go Kozo unchecked.
Yeah.
And he's really the only one who can save this game or prolong this game a bit. Because he will be the only one able to buy dev cards and keep Kozo blocked with some knight play.
Yeah. Well, the only problem is that all he can block is the 11 sheep.
Yeah, it's a fine block, I think.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when the 11 rolls, it's 3 dev cards for Kozo, so it's a good block, but the 6 ore is going to be more productive, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing Honie has going for himself is having the better port, I think. Kozo will be pretty unflexible here unless he rolls a lot of ore.
Yeah.
Especially if his sheep is blocked and doesn't roll.
Yeah, he would definitely like to get on his 5-2 and get the 3-1 port now.
Yeah, maybe in hindsight he regrets that decision because Lion is out of settlements and he decided to take the wheat port.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that was maybe
Lion got a year of plenty, so there's the city.
that's really massive for him. He has
Yeah.
the best wood brick now. He's a bit
Yeah.
restricted for space, but it doesn't matter. There are not a lot of roads down. And Panda will probably have to connect soon.
Yes, Panda needs to connect soon. And Panda's
Oh,
got
and
her
she had the
city.
perfect hand. 10 and a 9 roll, so she got to wheat and got her city down.
This could be game over shortly for though. Kozo's
Yeah,
got
Kozo needs
army.
VPs here.
If he's got VPs, he's very close.
Yes. That would be pretty amazing if he has that perfect dev card draw of 3 knights and 2 VPs. So
Yeah.
it will be interesting to see what he does here. If he buys dev cards, then we can assume it's not 2 VPs. But I think his hand will be stuck here most of the time now.
Well, I'm sure no one's going to do any more trades with him.
No, I think everybody got their big objectives done. And I don't think there will be anybody that desperate for ore anymore. And ore is also the thing that Kozo can do the most with, since he has the port. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The longer this goes, the tougher it will be for him.
But if he's got knights instead of VPs, at least he's got control of the robber.
Yeah, we will immediately see what happens with Honie's turn.
Yeah.
I guess we will see a knight, most likely. Yeah, and there's a 4-for-1 for a death card. So I assume here that he doesn't have 2 VPs.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, it would be risky anyway, because if he has no knights and doesn't get more, Honie will
Yeah.
overtake him pretty quickly. And
Maybe
that's another.
actually, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say maybe the 5-2 isn't that big a deal for him.
I mean, he will probably draw death cards here for the time being. And
he's
see what he gets.
got a race on his hands. Honie's got to be pulling dev cards now as well.
Yeah.
And it's much easier for Honie to pull them out than it is for Kozo while the 11's blocked.
Yeah. Honie has the better sheep. Honie has the better port. And he might even get help from the others. So that Kozo can sit comfortably on the army. So, yeah.
They just built a road. He's trying to give off. He wants to settle on the 12.
I would assume he buys another death card here. I think there was a 6 and a 9. He gets a trade. Oh, I'm not sure about that. He really wants to settle here.
Or maybe
Another
he's
strange choice, I think. That settlement does not a lot.
maybe he's given up on the army race with Kozo having 3 devs in hand. Maybe he doesn't have a knight.
I would assume Honie has another knight to keep the pressure on. But
Yeah, well,
probably I'm assuming too much.
I think if Honie had another knight, surely he would go for the dev cards.
Yeah.
If that one dev card is not a knight, he might be deciding, oh, I'm not overtaking Kozo. Seems a bit early to give up on that, though. I mean, although this game might not last another 3 rounds.
Yeah. The thing is, if nobody buys dev cards, Kozo has an easy game. But we will see what Lion will do here. He has 11 cards in hand. He has his city down, so his production is now very strong. And he has ultimate flexibility with his ports. So the question for him is, does he start buying dev cards here, or
I think he has
does
to
he
go
go
for
for roads?
He doesn't go for road until he's got to 8 VPs.
Yeah, looks like another city here.
Yeah, I think I. Oh, no.
No, it's a dev card.
No, it's a dev. Okay.
He had already an ore from Honie, so he still holds an ore in hand. But I think dev card is a wise choice here. I think it's too early to go for a road here, or because for him it's especially awkward to go for the road.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if he goes for the road, then...
Oh, he does it. So he takes road with 5, puts some pressure on the other players.
Oh, he didn't have 2 VPs.
Yeah.
That means that surely that means that Panda is going to get trades to connect.
Yeah, they are low on cards at the moment, so they can't give Panda the road.
They didn't. Okay.
So maybe Lion has something good in his hands and thinks he can end the game on his turn. Because if he needs another turn, they probably take it away from him again.
If he's got a year of plenty, or
And obviously he will get
or a
stolen now.
monopoly. He's got Year of Plenty or a monopoly. He can win on his turn. If Kozo's not winning on this turn.
Yeah, if I was in his shoes, I would only do that if I got a VP and, like you said, a Year of Plenty and a monopoly.
Mm.
Otherwise, I would not dare to go for the road that early.
I still
But
think. I still think the. Oh.
especially with the
I
way,
mean,
yeah,
if you want to stop the road, well, I mean the road is practically unstoppable. I don't really see the point of the 6 brick. I think 5 sheep. 5 sheep is a block.
yeah, I don't know why he didn't want to block Honie here as well. Why it was a solo block. And I also think that brick is
yeah,
not that important.
yeah.
But we will
I
see.
mean, obviously, 2 bricks is 1 resource, but
Yeah. But that could also be achieved on the 8, so I'm not sure about that. Honie will have an interesting turn as well. I mean, he has some road potential, but they probably have to feed it to him, which I don't think will happen. But
well,
there is now a lot of wood and brick on the board, and maybe they will discuss.
It might. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear what's going on.
Entertain the thought for a minute.
I did. I
Mario
entertained
goes
it for like
back
30
nine.
seconds.
He has a Year of Plenty. He has Win in hand.
I don't have a Year of Plenty, I swear.
Oh, that I can do.
I did. You can't. This is a bad idea.
I know.
But it's
I'm
not
like,
because I have 2 monos. Okay, I'm
No,
going
you
to
don't.
Honie
How
and check.
can we trust you at this point? I don't know if you have 2 monos. This is.
I have 2 monos.
If you had 2 monos, you wouldn't have used it.
Honie,
Panda,
what are
please,
you
You don't know
doing?
what Honie's dev card is.
will you do?
VP
What
for
and
sure.
what's your dev card? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I was asking you what's your dev card.
No, it's too late. I don't have enough time to do something, so it's over.
GG, Lion.
You guys are assuming I have a VP.
Otherwise, if you will do this, no.
I need brick.
And that's game, right?
That's game.
Told you! Fuck my life. Fuck my life. Fuck my life.
Oh, I can't believe you are on 8.
2 games in a row where I
Yeah, so interesting end to the game.
Yeah, I think we'll let them calm down a little bit first.
Yeah. Agree on a trade for Honie to take the road. Yeah, I think it was a bit of a risky play by Lion with only having the knight in hand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the sort of full situation was, but it seemed to me like even though Panda only had 2 cards, they had to sit and work something out.
I think at that point there
You
were
don't
very few
want.
cards in play.
Yeah,
Panda only had 2 on Lion's turn, on her turn.
yeah, I know it wasn't good.
They had an opportunity on Honie's turn with the 8 rolling. Then there's suddenly a lot of wood and brick in the game.
Problem is that
Yeah,
you
the problem is
you give Honie the road. He might be winning anyway because we know that card's not a knight.
yeah. They would put him so close to the win that it almost
In
doesn't
fact,
matter, I think.
No, Honie was on 8, so you can't give Honie the road because he wins.
Yeah, I mean, he built a city on his turn, so he would have needed to give that up.
Ah, right, yes, that's true.
But still, he goes to 9 and
It's a big play.
they get rid of all the wood and brick again, and then you have the same situation when Honie's next turn comes.
Unless in the meantime you can pass the road on to Panda.
Yeah, but you need roads again for that.
Yep.
And you have like 2 rolls until it's Panda's turn. So difficult situation indeed. And with the timer, they couldn't work it out. Especially
and the
rough for
other thing
Kozo.
is,
He told us he had 2 monos in hand. And from the stats, it looked like that was true. So he needed more time.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
Knight. It doesn't make sense for the table to give you another dev if
Yeah.
you can just wait for your next turn.
Sure. But
And
the
he didn't
decision
say
in
that you didn't
the
have a
beginning that Lion can build on the sheepport, that was
If you
that
think that him
was
building on the sheepport was what broke the game or anything of that sort, then you're just incredibly mistaken. I'm
I
sorry.
don't think so. He is
Dude, come on.
he has also the possibility to build on 3 other ports, and that's very, very
The only
powerful.
reason that Lion won was because Panda didn't take road because Force didn't roll. Okay? That's the reason why he got the win. That, as well as, it's simply that nobody took away road, so Lion got it, and he managed to win with that.
That's also true.
Okay? It's not us feeding him the sheep port. How does he utilize the sheep port? It only screws you over. If he has the 9-10, then he has more wood. He has more wood, he can expand quicker. He
So
can't
if you
utilize
have a
the
little
sheep port
bit
because
more
he doesn't
luck
produce enough sheep.
in your cards, then you would have won 2 or 3 turns before.
No.
That's true.
No,
That
I
is
wouldn't
true.
have won 2 or 3 turns before because 2 turns ago I couldn't have had 4 knights open. I
Hey
could only
guys,
have 2
we're
knights
checking in.
open.
Hi. Hey, Bob.
You still have a lot of discussion going about the game. It was pretty interesting to watch. Can I ask you some questions, Lion?
Yeah, sure. I think Kozo has a lot of things to say too, so we can both.
Yeah, can you explain to the chat again and to the viewers how the deal about the sheepboard came to pass?
If Kozo was going to feed me a free, road, and it was just it didn't do anything for me. Like I thought the sheepport can hurt. Like I would use it at least once, and I did use it at least once. I think I only used it once though. But so losing the 10 wasn't a big deal. So I just thought, okay, if you're gonna feed it to me, then sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, it seemed like it was an incredibly good timing as well, with the trade being good for both of you.
Yeah, I was tracking his
surprisingly.
cards. I knew he had 2 wood and a sheep to give for that.
Then you were miscounting because I didn't have a sheep to give.
No, I left you with 5 cards right after the trade, I think. And then
Oh, you're talking way back?
Yeah, we're talking about the sheepport.
Yeah, I left you with 5 cards. And
you left me with 0 cards, I think.
Yeah, after you said right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he wanted me. I think in the beginning, I think we all thought that Honie had the best setup. But so I wanted to give Kozo a city as well in the beginning because I thought if he had a city, then there could be more of a race for army, and there was. So that was my. I knew he was going to city on 6-3-11. So if he had 2 sheep instead of 1 sheep, then maybe there could be a real proper dev card race. So I didn't mind giving Kozo the city. Although I kind of regretted it later. I don't know. Maybe it was a bad idea. What do you think, Panda? Like, you're the champion.
No, I think it was fine on the 6-3-11. I just think there was one spot something happened and I didn't agree with the trade. I think I can't remember. That was the only trade that and I think he ended up buying 2 more cards or something like that I was just
Oh
like,
yeah, I remember the trade I did with Kozo. Yeah, he convinced me. Yeah, I think that was
helping him to the Orport, and
Yeah.
you got a city for that, or closer
Yeah.
to a
Yeah.
city.
That I didn't agree with. I was just kind of like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, I just needed ore so badly. I kind of just lost
I
focus.
gave him an ore and a wheat for a brick. That's almost halfway through for him ore wise to the actual ore. to
Yeah,
the
no
city.
one's saying that you didn't do a good job giving him things. We're saying we don't think he should have did the trade.
And just to
I mean, it didn't
Hold
really
on.
matter much. I had the settlement in hand either way, and I have at least I had a settlement pop, or I do this trade and settlement double pop.
I mean, ultimately Lion won, so it worked out for him, right?
Yeah.
Just in that moment is what we were.
no, I agree that the trade was bad because I can tell you this one thing, right? Because after I did that trade, I had a bunch of rolls to get a city, and none of my rolls hit. So I actually didn't get a city on that orbit. So it was a bad trade because even if I didn't do the trade, I would have gotten a city by the next orbit anyway. So doing that trade didn't give me a city on orbit earlier. So it just so it was I mean, looking back, it was a bad trade, and I think it put you a little bit too far ahead of the dev game, and I didn't expect you to pop twice. I thought you were just going to pop once. If I knew you were going to pop once and settle, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, and I think like really Lion just kind of got lucky that in the orbit prior, I didn't collect any cards, not even one card, which
Absolutely
didn't help me because I was getting ready to take road because road was left lingering. And so because of that, I mean, those are things that you can't control. I didn't even have cards to be able to trade.
I
And
mean,
that was the issue.
you guys could have traded Honie, but no. Don't listen to the guy who's at 8 points.
Yeah.
I'm
But if
sorry,
you
I
give the
simply
road to
have to
Honie,
mock
isn't
it.
that
I simply
kind of the
have to
same
mock
thing
it.
then?
It is. So